My why is because I believe every single person deserves to be heard. That every single person has greatness within them.
Hello, it's Kate McKay, and I'm absolutely thrilled to interview the one, the only, Jennifer Kyser. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited for you to be here. This is cool. So I'm going to read your bio and then we're going to get right on into it because I actually have some pretty hot and spicy questions. Well, not so spicy, but you know. So you've had 30 years of
That's
experience.
what I'm afraid of.
Don't be afraid. Fear is just a doorway. So, with over 30 years of experience as a professional makeup artist, Jennifer has worked across television commercials, print, and film. But her true passion lies in helping individual women feel confident and radiant, especially in their midlife. Her work goes far beyond makeup. It's about transformation from the inside out. Jennifer is the founder of the Midlife Women's Makeover Summit. I'm thrilled to be a part of that. And it's all about radiating confidence, reclaiming your power, and feeling amazing. So let's get busy. So, talk to us. You've been in the makeup, and I met you through this. I was a speaker at an event, and you were doing my makeup. And I have always been fascinated by makeup artists because you hear it all. Because people are in their most
Yeah.
vulnerable. It's way more than a haircut because you're in people's faces and looking them in the eye, and it's a very vulnerable position to be in a makeup chair, men and women. And so that's why it's such a deep, intimate relationship. And I'm just curious how you got into it.
Well, it's interesting. I would want to say the first reason that I got into it is I had a very Southern mother. And so I have three sisters, and we used to sit around her vanity and watch her transform from mother to this beauty queen. I mean, she would have her hair done, put her lipstick, makeup on, put on one of those beautiful pencil dresses, and she had a gorgeous figure, her high heels, and it was just like, what a transformation. And I was always just fascinated by that. And too, as a child, I was one who I always loved theater and dance and fantasy, but I was very shy. So I always gravitated to the back. So I did set designs or costumes or makeup or anything behind the scenes because I was too shy to be out in front. And really, that's where it started. So when it came time to decide, oh, what do you want to be in life? It's like, well, I thought about being a teacher and it wasn't a very good time for that. So I thought, well, what else do I like? Let's see. I like fashion. I like clothes. And so I actually went to school for fashion merchandising and design. And through that, we did a lot of fashion shows, which is just like theater. It's chaos in the back, and then the mom
Totally.
steps out and it's just like da da da. But I
Right.
realized, it really is a head to toe thing. I mean, if your hair doesn't look right or your makeup doesn't look right, no matter how good the clothes are, it's just going to be off. And so after that, that's when I decided to go to cosmetology school. And through that, I had an opportunity to do makeup for a Christmas catalog. And then that just changed everything. I thought, this is my calling. I absolutely love doing makeup. It's a creative field. I get to meet all kinds of people. I get to go all kinds of places. And I've been doing it now for 30 years.
Well, it's a high intensity job. And I think that why I found you so wonderful is because you had a calmness about you. And I've noticed this with a lot with makeup artists that there's a personality of the calmness of managing people's energy. And it's a lot because people's insecurities come out like, oh, my ears are so big, or my eyes are too, my nose is too wide. Everyone's going to tell you where they see their misform or dysfunction. And I know that's true because I've heard it and I watched you with all the other people and I was like, wow, this is a microcosm of life, isn't it? But what an honor that you're being able to stand in. It's almost a ministry, to be honest. And I think it's amazing that you've been able to do that and do so well. So now that you've been doing that for a while and you've heard so many incredible stories, and now you've decided to be a starring role instead of backstage in doing the midlife, and really stepping into this and being a facilitator of conversation. And, this is almost like, Southern Cotillion. You're coming out for the ball all dressed up, and it's wonderful to witness. So what took you to this desire to put you in a starring role versus being, backstage, which is equally as important as anyone in the theater knows?
I think it's something that I've always really wanted to do, but because I'm such an introvert and just was such a shy child, that attention just makes me very uncomfortable. And, even doing these podcasts or my interviews, as I'm still very much a novice, and it still just creates all kinds of fears inside of me just to have that attention. But I think it's something that I knew that I couldn't continue doing what I was doing for forever. And I wanted to pivot into something else. And I thought, one of the things that a lot of women in my chair were talking about is that, now that the children have left, or now that they're, in their 50s and they're not as pretty anymore, and, not being seen and visible. So I've been hearing these stories for years, and I thought, this would make a great summit. And I happened to come across a coach that she does these type of things. And I thought, I think that will be a great place for me to build a community of like-minded women that we can support each other through these times, and I can help along with makeup tips. You can help with inspiration. I'm bringing in all these different people to the summit that can kind of, with its fashion or divorce or whatever it is, because we're going through an awful lot at this time. And I don't think it's on the forefront. I think, like a lot of women's issues, it's just not something that we see and talk about a lot.
And I think it's such an important thing that you bring women together that want more, because I think that's what these communities are about, is the summit. What is the summit? The summit is the summit. It's the top, and how we can get a different viewpoint from the summit with the help of other people. We are here to rise and shine, to raise each other up. And I just want to say thank you for doing this, because I think it's an incredible service to be able to bring other women together who want the same thing, who desire the same thing, and can support each other. Because I don't think the glass ceiling is necessarily men. I think a lot of in history, it's been women not supporting other women, because we've gone through tough times and tough changes with what is it to be a woman when we're also, as even you used, independent, that you chose not to get married and have children. And then that was completely weird. Now everyone's stopped doing it. But same thing with me with the lifting weights, you deciding, well, I'm not going to get married. Well, I don't think I'm going to have children, was revolutionary, people. Revolutionary. And so I just want to say, wow, that took a lot of courage for you, Jennifer.
Well, I think there was some courage, but I just thought, I didn't think I could handle it all. I didn't think I was a superwoman. I had my sisters and friends that were just really, really worn thin, trying to work and take care of the husband and the schooling and the kids and the bath and all that stuff. And I would think, oh my gosh, when I get home at the end of the day, I just don't have the energy to do that. I just really didn't believe that I did. And I was living away from home at the time that I even thought about the idea. And I thought, I don't have my sisters, my family. I don't have a tribe here to support me. And I thought, I don't think I could do it.
Right. Well, I think that's also true too. Now you've birthed a community, right? So this is so symbolic on so many levels. That you're willing now to birth this community. And I'm super grateful to be a part of it. So can you just talk a little bit about what this Midlife Makeover Summit is about, and ways people can find out about it and be a part of it?
Well, it's going to launch on the 27th of May, and we'll start doing a lot of the promoting as of the 17th. So you should see it all over media and, on your Instagram. It should be a little bit everywhere, and there will be a link. I will give you a link to where people can go. But the summit is about radiating confidence, releasing your power, and feeling beautiful. feeling amazing. And we're talking about inside as well as outside. You know, there are people like you that are going to build that confidence from the inside, where makeup is a very important tool to that, because I've seen many a women who sat down in my chair just kind of slumped over and not feeling pretty or not feeling seen. And then at the end, you know, they look in the mirror and some of them have brought to tears because they didn't even realize that they could look that beautiful, or they could, you know, feel that beautiful. And you could tell like even getting out of the chair, they just had a different walk or a different feel to them. And that to me is just the best feeling in the world.
It
And
truly
that's
is.
what I want to bring to all the women out there. It's a free summit, so it doesn't cost you anything to watch. And there's going to be, you know, up to 21 amazing speakers, all female, talking about all different types of topics. So you'll learn a little about fashion, and you can learn about fitness and makeup. And, you know, there's just all kinds of fun topics. And I think it's just going to be a great time. And I hope that a lot of women participate.
That's awesome. And even if you're listening to this post the release date, this is a community that's ongoing and that will be growing as a movement. So if you want more information, all of Jen's information will be in the show notes. And I'm just so grateful that we're able to play together. And you never know where you're going to meet cool people. And that's what I would say to any viewers and listeners is be open to new relationships with women that maybe aren't your usual type of friend. Because, like, I'm doing cardio with this 27-year-old Black chick that lives in my building. That's amazing. She's an attorney. We're getting into the most deepest conversations, and we can mentor and hold the light for all different kinds of people, not just our children, but our community and people that are outside our usual community, because the women in the world need help at no matter what age. So reach out
Absolutely.
and touch women because we
Absolutely.
need support.
And that's been a beautiful thing for me, is because I am now talking to possibly 20 women that I haven't met before. And I am, you know, learning about them and their community. And I just think that that's a really, I'm really excited about that, and just the relationships that we build together, and
Yeah,
maybe what we can do in the future, you know?
right on. Well, thank you so much, Ms.
Thank
Jennifer.
you.
And thank you to
Yeah.
all the viewers and listeners for taking part and supporting us on the journey. And don't forget, you have greatness within you, and we are here to support you and love on you along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Summit. Bye-bye.